Over 20,000 people have gathered here in Orlando, Florida. This has nothing to do with mouse ears and everything to do with the latest in AI tech and the cloud. All this and more coming to you live from Microsoft Ignite 2018 right now. Welcome to your Ignite Day 1 online show. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm your host, Seth Juarez, and we're coming to you live from the Sunshine State at the Orange County Convention Center from our largest tech conference of the year, Microsoft Ignite. Today, we're going to be live streaming some incredible keynotes from Microsoft senior leadership, including a sneak peek of what's to come with Corporate Vice President Julia White. Throughout the day, we're going to learn, connect, and explore all that Ignite has to offer, bringing you exclusive tours, hands-on demos, and great opportunities to network and connect with experts through our official Microsoft Ignite apps, tech community, and find an expert tools. Here to help me cover all this and more are my partners in crime from the day, the Microsoft community reporters. How are we doing?
Good, thank you.
I thought we should spend a minute getting to know each of them so that you can know how cool they are and how much better the show is going to be because of them. Let's start with you, Paula.
Absolutely. So I'm Paula Januszkiewicz, Secure CEO. I'm also a Microsoft Regional Director doing cybersecurity.
Fantastic. And what are you going to be covering for us? What are you going to be doing this week?
So this week I'm delivering actually my session on Wednesday. So I'm very excited for that.
Don't miss it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And I'm going to also do my role of community reporter.
Fantastic.
Doing amazing interviews.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you. We'll take the mic over there, and Alex is up next.
I'm Alex Mank. Very nice to be here. It's an awesome opportunity. I am an Azure MVP coming from Romania, more specifically from Transylvania.
Transylvania.
Oh, yes, I have to pull my thanks back, right? I know.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Catherine Wilhelmsen from Norway. I'm a data platform MVP, and I was actually here last year.
That's right. So
yeah, Microsoft Ignite is bigger and better, so I had to step in and cover a few segments. So I'll be doing something on Power BI today.
if we screw everything up, she's the pro. I'm just saying. All right, Tony.
All right, I'm Tony from Lagos, Nigeria. First time here at Ignite. I'm an MVP for developer technologies.
And what are you going to be covering for us?
So today I'm going to be at the Expo Hall looking at really interesting stuff and collecting cool swag.
Okay.
And then for the rest of the week, I'm going to be covering everything developers, basically.
Fantastic. Well, awesome. All right, we're going to come over here to Jen.
Hello there, my name is Jen Stirrup and I'm from Scotland. I'm a Microsoft Data Platform MVP and like Paula, I'm also a Microsoft Regional Director.
Awesome. And what are you going to be covering for us today?
I'll be covering AI and Data Platform. I'm really excited to be interviewing James Phillips later today. So much happening. I'm so glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, make sure you stay tuned to that. All right, Tracy.
Hey Seth, how's it everyone?
Hello.
So all the way from South Africa, crazy pants wearing, motorbike riding, checker rides and travels
Living
the world
the life.
with a sheep.
Living the life.
Love technology,
Yeah.
love people, love Microsoft, and I'm so excited to be here.
What are you going to be covering for us today?
So I'm going to have some cool interviews, so let's keep in tune for that. And then chat to some really nice people, and I also have a session today, already starting today with my session, so
My goodness.
I'll catch you up soon.
Busy bee.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Hajit, you're up next, my friend. Let's pass the mic. Oh, you have a mic already. Look at that.
So I'm Hajar Dalawal. I'm from the beautiful state of Vermont, land of Ben and Jerry's.
Of course.
And I'm a Microsoft MVP in Windows and devices for IT. And along with Catherine, I'm an alumni
That's right.
community reporter. I was here last year too.
What are you going to be covering for us today?
Social media, man. Social media all the way. Hashtag MSIgnite. And I'll be checking those tweets and capturing them, and we're going to share them throughout the show today.
You are like our social media weatherman.
Right.
And so if anyone has some good tweets, make sure to use the hashtag MSIgnite. We might feature them later on.
Right.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to send you off. All right, so let's get you going so that you can get to work, but don't go away, weatherman, okay? All right. So one of the cool things that I get to do is work with these awesome people. I'd like to thank them for being our community reporters. And these are some awesome people. So we have others already out on the convention floor as well. There was a couple that were missing. We're gonna see what they're up to in a little bit as well. I think the first person we're gonna talk to is Raymond over at the Expo Center. Raymond, are you there?
Hi, Seth. Good morning. Yes, my name is Raymond Convalius. I'm here from the Netherlands.
Let's see.
I'm a Windows and Devices MVP.
Okay.
And I'm here at the Expo Hall. The Expo Hall is still empty. Microsoft is showcasing lots of nice stuff and technologies over here. I'm currently at the OEM and Devices showcase. And there's many nice devices on display. So if you're here at the conference, have a look. Have a look, talk to the people from Microsoft, have a look at those nice technologies that are on display. There's really nice devices and technologies. You can try it all and talk to the people. They will tell you everything. And if you're here visiting the sessions only, make sure you visit my session tomorrow, Transitioning to the Modern Workplace. Back to you, Seth.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Raymond. Raymond's an awesome dude. We're pretty excited that he's over there. But we've also got our friend Josh over at the Immersion Zone. Josh, can you hear me, my friend?
Hi, Seth. Indeed, I can. I can hear you really good.
Awesome.
Coming at you from the Hands-On Learning Center in the Immersion Zone right now.
So tell me, what's that whole area about? What's it look like? Give me, I can't see you right now, so tell me what it's like. Leave out no details.
We have the diversity in tech section happening, which is a really big theme this year. So there's a lot of exciting opportunities with idea swaps and whatnot happening over there. The hands-on learning section, really cool stuff. There's about 6 tables lined with workstations for virtually endless learning possibilities.
And you know what? I'm digging the hat, my friend.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I would try to put that on, but I think I would just look foolish.
I think we should try, though.
I think we have to try all new things. Okay, thanks so much. We'll get back to you in a little bit, I hope. Now we're going to go over to Amy, who's at the Hangouts. I think she's like literally right behind me. Are you there, Amy?
Hey, Seth, I'm here. I am, in fact, right behind you. I am in the Hangout area. Fun fact about the Hangout area is that there's more people standing behind me than the town that I live in.
What town do you live in?
I live in a really teeny tiny town that's about 2 hours outside of Chicago called Maple Park.
Okay.
There's more cows than people, which is totally awesome.
Right.
Yeah. So the Hangout area is where you can go to relax and catch all the sessions. You can just plug in and relax behind me the whole week, actually. And if you miss any sessions, you can actually watch them online. They are recorded. So you can get the decks from the presenters, and you can queue up questions that you want to ask the next day or review anything with your coworkers. So it's a really great place to be.
Now,
Back
Amy,
to you, Seth.
hold on, Amy. I'm not going to let you go that easy.
Oh, man.
So I've heard through the grapevine,
yeah.
maybe, that you met your actual husband here. Tell me about this. I want to hear the entire story in as much as 60 seconds as you can.
Okay, so yeah, actual husband, not work husband.
Okay.
So I did in fact meet my actual husband at Ignite, at the very first Microsoft Ignite. So if you are here to not only learn about tech, but find your partner for life, I suggest that you go to the speakers after the sessions and say, hey, thanks for your session. It was really great. I'm following you on Twitter. You should follow me on Twitter. And then you start talking, and then you never know what happens.
Well, fantastic. Did we just bring up a picture of it?
Oh my
Dang.
goodness.
So we're actually looking at this. Congratulations. So you literally have like your 1-year anniversary just recently. Is that right?
Exactly. So before the last Ignite, we got married, and then we hopped on a plane down to Ignite to honeymoon for the whole week at Ignite last year. And it happened to coincide again with our 1-year anniversary. So rather than have a big celebration this week, we hopped on a plane again and came down to Ignite for the whole week, because this is where all the magic is for us. And I'm sure one of these days we'll take a vacation that doesn't involve technology, but it's not happening this year.
Hey, we're already throwing a party. You might as well be here. Thanks so much, Amy. We'll get back to you soon, my friend.
Thanks, Seth.
And now for the big area where the keynote's going to happen, we're going to toss it over to Rick. What's going on over there, my friend?
Thank you, Seth. Good morning from the Ignite keynote. It's positively buzzing down here. I've seen all kinds of different geek behavior. I've seen geeks run. I've not seen that for a while. And I was hoping to get to talk to some of them, but every time I asked the guys behind me, they all ran away. Who knew? It's great down here. There's a real excitement in the air. We got pumping tunes. I know you're going to come back to us in a little while, but for right now, back to you, Seth.
All right. Well, looks like there's a lot going on over there. I'm pretty excited for the keynote. Now I'm going to introduce you to someone you've already met, Hajit here on our social desk, who will share how to find us on social media. One of the best parts about Ignite is the peer-to-peer networking and the chance you have to talk with other favorite developers. So tell me, how can our remote viewers, my friend, stay in touch?
So Twitter, obviously. Definitely use the hashtag MSIgnite. And we're watching this stuff, and I'm capturing tweets, and you'll get to see things that are being posted by everyone that's here, right? Watching the keynotes and stuff like that.
So if there is a tweet that you would pick, which ones would you pick up over others so that they can optimize how they're tweeting?
Something that's completely unique, fun, happy, that shows diversity and, the aspect of MSIgnite.
Not that I'm trying to get you to game the system, but I feel like if there's a picture in there, it might help. Is that right?
Right. Pictures definitely help and try to impress me here. So
they can use hashtag MSIgnite, or they can tweet at you or I. It looks like you're wearing your Twitter handle on your shirt.
Right here. Follow me.
I'm just at Seth Juarez if you want to tweet at me. I'm following it as we speak here on my beautiful Surface Go. So I just want to let everybody know about that. Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Hajit. Join the conversation about Microsoft Ignite using the hashtag MSIgnite or the handle MS_Ignite at symbol MS_Ignite. And we will reply to your questions. Get them answered by either my friend Hajit or myself, Seth Juarez. All right. So it looks like before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we want to make sure to remember last year. We had some 2017 community reporters, Dux and Magnus. They were a big hit because they're amazing people. And our 2018 community reporter, Tracy, ran into them yesterday. She got the scoop on what life has been like since the last Ignite. Let's see what they had to say.
Hey there, I'm Tracy, and I'm here at Microsoft Ignite in Orlando. I am super excited about this week to come, and I'm busy getting prepared for all of the activities about to come. Which reminds me, let's take a look at where's my car at.
You ordered a ride?
Look at what I found walking around and driving around in Orlando. Taxi! Mags, how's this last year been?
The last year went by so fast. And first of all, obviously with all the goodness that Microsoft has been pushing out in the cloud through Office 365, Azure, Dynamics, there's so much opportunities for me in my world and the work I'm doing with my customer, and more importantly, with the community.
The thing is that I measure my time now in between Ignites, right? It's the measurement I use.
That's a lot of amazing, man. Well, my last year has been amazing too. Talking about Microsoft Ignite, I mean, what is it that you guys think that puts this conference apart?
First and foremost, this is the only time in the year and the only conference, frankly, where we can get the community and all the partners out there in one place to talk about what's coming, what the new solutions are, best practices, and learn from each other.
Talk to the teams when they're on the clock, but don't forget to also talk to them when they're not, in the evenings. All the great events, all the dinners, all the parties, definitely worth hanging out in those.
You talk about social networking, this is the place to be. I love online, but this is where we get to connect. It's like this big family reunion that we have every year.
I'd love to know what your journey as an IT pro has been like.
Oh, wow. I've been focused on the cloud since the beginning. And before that, I was also already very interested in the server side of things. And along came the cloud and made everything even better. So now it's just like, it's a server side on steroids. There's so much to learn all the time.
All the magic happens is the people that come to these conferences to learn, and the learning through sharing process. Now, what is the numbers this year? Do you have an idea of what the numbers are?
Yeah, I mean, nobody could tell me the exact numbers, but I've been counting people walking in and out. I think it's around 30,000.
Do you have any tips and some cool advice for the attendees of this year's Microsoft 2018 Microsoft Ignite?
And just share, right? And I think that is the core message of this event, is the ability to connect, not just from a technology perspective, but more importantly, connect with people around you.
Thank you so much, Dux, and we'll obviously catch up soon.
Yeah, I think this is your destination, right, Tracy?
Absolutely. I'm going to jump off here, and the fun's going to start soon.
So next time when you jump on my ride, make sure I turn the music on because we got to start singing.
Carpool karaoke.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I wonder if Dux and Magnus found parking. At least they have something that they've decided to do after last Ignite. All right, let's check back in with our reporters. To help me decide who I'm going to pick, I'm going to move over here to our Wheel of Fortune here. Let me just spin it over here a little bit, and I'm going to oh man. Wow, that was lucky. I'm going to choose Amy. Amy, are you there?
Hey Seth, I am over here in the hangout zone again. I found an attendee, Teresa. Hey Teresa.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
So have you been to Ignite before?
Yes, I actually attended the 2015 conference in Chicago.
Okay, in Chicago. I live outside of Chicago, so I've been there too. Yeah, so do you have any advice for first-time attendees?
First, I would say bring comfortable clothing because you're going to do a lot of walking. Pace yourself because it's a lot of information to absorb, and just enjoy.
Yeah, for sure, enjoy. So is there anything that you're looking forward to hearing about most, any technology that you love that you just can't wait to hear what's next?
I can't exactly pinpoint an exact one because it's just so much information that I can just take in. So I don't have an exact interest that I'm really looking for. But so right now I'm just going to pretty much take my time and see what they have to offer.
Are you by chance on a swag hunt here in the expo hall as well?
What is the swag? This is my first time seeing the swag.
So the sponsors over on the other side have tons of really cool swag, and your goal is to find something that's super useful or something that you could take back to make the rest of your coworkers jealous that you didn't get to come, or that they didn't get to come to Ignite. So for sure, check out the expo over there. There's some great sponsors with really awesome swag, and then come over here and hang out to watch sessions as well.
Awesome. Okay, I'll definitely check that out.
Awesome. Sounds great. Okay, back to you, Seth.
All looking forward to hearing from Satya Nadella during his keynote, but don't forget that we have a full day of over 700 deep dive sessions for you and 3 tech keynotes live streaming concurrently beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern. You get to choose the one you'd like to watch live and save the other ones for later. Just visit our on-demand page after the show. All right, we're going to spin the wheel one more time, and this is not scripted at all. Okay, I am just going to go ahead and spin it. Oh man. Physics is weird here on this set. Josh, you are in the immersion zone. Can you hear me, my friend?
Yes, Seth, I can, and I am just outside the immersion zone here. I have Cherokee with me. Cherokee, welcome.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm wonderful and really excited, and today's just getting started, so ask me again at the end of the week.
Okay, we'll do that. Excellent. Is this your first time here at Microsoft Ignite?
Yeah, so I'm actually a newbie. This is my first time at Microsoft Ignite. Really excited.
Awesome, great. What are you looking forward to most session-wise or speaker-wise throughout the week?
I just think getting a chance to look at all the different ways people present and perform their demos, that'll give me tips and clues on how to, make my demos better and my different sessions and things like that. The classes that we shoot for IT Pro TV.
Awesome, that's cool stuff. What is it like for you to come to Ignite, being a first-timer?
So I'm not too far from home. I'm based out of Gainesville, Florida, so that part, not a lot of travel. I think it's just, a little bit of anxiety, the nerves, not knowing what to expect, and of course the massive amounts of people that are here.
There are a few people here.
Yeah.
How does Microsoft Ignite, what do you view the benefit for your career as an IT pro?
Sure. So in addition to just, getting to network and learning what other people do, there's also a ton of new tech that's out there. And I'm sure you already know that there's a lot of evolving technology constantly. So in order for me to remain relevant and bring my members the most up-to-date info and tech, then you just have to get out there and learn constantly.
Absolutely. Great. Do you have any advice at all for other aspiring first-timers for next year?
Wear comfortable shoes for sure.
There you go. Thank you, Cherokee. Appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Back to you, Seth.
Thank you so much. I love hearing from people that have come just the first time to Ignite, because I have here two veteran tech journalists, Mary Jo Foley and Paul Thurrott, who are going to help me afterwards give a recap. But I want some stories, because this Ignite was a long series of conferences that you've been to. But first, before we get to that, why don't you introduce yourselves? We'll start with you, Mary Jo.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mary Jo Foley. I write the All About Microsoft blog on ZDNet, and I've been doing this for a couple years, like 30 plus.
A couple of years. Understatement of the year, right? Paul?
I have not been in the industry as long as Mary Jo, but I do date back 20 so years, Windows NT Magazine, Supersite for Windows, and now Thurrott.com, and I've been covering Microsoft professionally.
Since before I was born.
All right.
No, not you. I mean, just Paul. I'm so glad to have you, because you've been at so many of these conferences. What's different about the Ignite conference for you, Mary Jo?
Well, it's one of my favorite conferences of all the Microsoft conferences, because I write for IT pros. Who are here? My people.
Yeah.
So I really love it. And I like hearing how Microsoft is going to market with some of the things that are the big themes for me on ZDNet. Things like how to do Windows as a service, big data, AI, intelligent cloud, intelligent edge, all those topics. I like talking to the real people about them.
Mm-hmm. And
so
you get to talk to both the consumers of it and the producers of it. That's right. Paul, what about you, buddy?
I'm not a big fan of real people, personally.
Yeah,
but,
I like a couple of real people myself. It's true.
No, I mean, Ignite has evolved over the years a lot, and I think the most fascinating thing about it to me is that Microsoft talks digital transformation, but Microsoft is undergoing a digital transformation of its own, and I think that helps make it more credible to the customers it's trying to entice with that sort of thing as well. So it's a really fascinating reach of topics and technologies and so forth that Microsoft is also heavily involved in itself, not just in selling it to customers.
So we're going to talk about two things. I want to talk about how the industry is changing, because you have seen it over the last couple of years, how the industry is changing, and then I want your outside opinion of how Microsoft is changing along with it. We'll start with you, Mary Jo.
Okay. So as far as the industry changing, I think one of Microsoft's recent announcements really epitomizes this. I'm sure you saw Microsoft Managed Desktop, which the company announced recently. Microsoft managing your end-to-end whole enterprise, from the purchase of the hardware to the provisioning to the managing of it. And I think, to me, this epitomizes what's going on in the industry, because what Microsoft is doing is raising the bar for what both the IT pro and its partners need to do. So it's no longer okay to just be out there managing desktops. They're wanting you to kind of step it up a level. And I think it's interesting to see how that message is received and how IT pros are going to go about that.
So what other industry things are you looking that are happening in the industry that you feel like Microsoft is doing a good job at?
I think the whole move to open source obviously is really interesting, and that's been interesting for me to watch as a Microsoft veteran reporter, because it wasn't that long ago that open source was not a nice word at Microsoft. And things have changed a lot. I mean, Azure Sphere, the secure edge device that Microsoft is doing, it's got Linux inside.
Yeah, we wrote our own kind of Linux.
You wrote your own Linux.
Yeah, it's true.
I know, so it's crazy. That's a whole different thing, and interesting to see how Microsoft has embraced that and moved past its history.
Paul, what about you? The industry and how Microsoft is adapting.
This sounds like a softball question to us. We didn't talk about this ahead of time, but Mary Jo and I separately talked about this exact thing. And I'm sort of working on this, it's almost a theory about how the industry has changed. And before, when you think about personal computing, before you were born.
Yeah, before.
Very Windows-centric, very client-centric, and that was the world we all kind of came up in. And now the Microsoft of today and the industry of today is very different, right? And what's fascinating about it is when we look at Microsoft, and it used to be the Windows company, everything sort of surrounded Windows, but there's a single point of failure there, right? It was a super powerful, important product, it still is, but you build off of it, and that's Microsoft. That was Microsoft. The new Microsoft is really centered on the cloud, Azure, Microsoft 365, et cetera. It's fascinating because that center is so much stronger and so much more diverse and so much bigger. The opportunity is so huge. And it's really kind of exciting because it mirrors the way the industry evolved, and you can see it at Microsoft.
Yeah, people are surprised because I give talks and I talk, like I do machine learning, and I talk about other frameworks from other companies, and they're like, hey, why are you talking about this framework from another company? It's like, well, because we sell clock cycles, and the slower the better.
Right. Microsoft's ability to impact the world was some number of people, some number of PCs. And when you look at what it is today through the cloud and all the different endpoints, what Microsoft calls the intelligent cloud, the intelligent edge, sorry, is exponentially bigger. You know, exponentially bigger. It's really, it's just such an amazing opportunity.
So what are some things that you're looking forward to today for the keynote and then maybe during the week? We'll start with you, Mary Jo.
So a little birdie told me, don't you like when I begin with that?
Yeah, a little birdie.
A little birdie told me maybe we're going to hear about the next version of SQL Server at this conference.
Maybe.
That would be very interesting because it was not that long ago that we just got the most recent version, SQL Server 2017. So I'm really curious to see how what Microsoft is doing in big data may change how SQL Server looks.
I see.
So codename Eris, I hear. I don't know.
I don't know anything about code names. Plausible deniability, my friends. So you're looking for data, big data type things.
Stuff. Maybe we'll hear someone say Hadoop.
Okay.
Then we'll all have to take a drink like we do on Windows Weekly.
Yeah, you were mentioning like we need to have like a square to do bingo.
Bingo, yeah.
Like
AI,
bingo.
IoT,
Yes.
Hadoop.
Notepad.
All I know is that at Build, when they did that line ending thing for Notepad, I was like,
I stood up. Actually, I never applaud in a keynote, but you know me.
Yeah.
I'm the queen of Notepad.
Notepad
so.
is
Yeah.
legit. Like,
it is.
Like the thing about Notepad is every programmer can write it in about a half hour. If we wanted to. What about you? What are you looking forward to, Paul?
I think it's really kind of AI based, right? It's the Microsoft graph and how that kind of permeates into everything that you folks are doing up in the cloud and out to the intelligent edge as well. And Mary Jo mentioned the Microsoft Managed Desktop earlier. I think that's huge, and this is a real expansion and kind of a natural evolution from Office 365 to Microsoft 365 to Microsoft managing the entire stack on the client. I think that stuff is super exciting and really important.
I remember this stuff when I started in the career. We had something called Terminal Server that feels very similar. I mean, what do you think?
For sure. I mean, it's kind of come full circle in a way, right? I mean, we're still talking about how somebody runs apps for you or lets you run them virtually. And it's just a different set of technologies now, but the same concept.
So for those that are here for the first time at Ignite, what are some tips you have for getting, because you are perfectly capable of like filtering the information and you put it down, you write it. How do you?
No, we're not.
No, not me.
We pretend.
So how do you filter the things out that are important that you need to know? How would you do that, Mary Jo?
That's a good question because with 700 sessions, it's not easy even
Right.
to pick and choose what
Like,
we're going to go to.
how do you even go to 700
sessions? I know,
sessions?
you cannot.
Oh, that's true.
But that's a tip itself, right? So
Right.
one of the beautiful things about Ignite and all the other Microsoft shows is that this content is all available online afterwards. And so you should pick the things that you want to go see live, obviously, but you can see anything you want after the fact.
So you're saying as an attendee, optimize the ones you want to go to live if you want to talk to the speaker, and then for the others, make sure you watch them online. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. And I think the most valuable thing about Ignite is the time you spend networking with people at this show.
Right.
All
Like,
right,
don't
so
just
we
hide
actually
in the
we actually are going to keynote right now. So it looks like it's filling up over there, the keynote. Let's check in with Rick, who is covering excitement as we wait for the big kickoff.
Hi, Seth. So I've traveled thousands of miles, and what do you know? I
Yelled in
found
my ear.
another Richard. So, Richard, whereabouts are you from?
Hi, I'm Richard. I'm from the Netherlands, Europe.
And you were saying this is your first time at Ignite. What kind of content are you really excited about over the coming week?
I'm really excited about all the new things we're going to learn here. And
Sorry, we've got to go because the keynote's about to start. Richard, thank you very much. Back to you, Seth.
And the moment you've all been waiting for, the Vision keynote is starting live right now.